Imagine being a top-tier corporate spy. You could use malware, you could use wiretaps, or you could just take aggressive, unpaid naps with your coworkers. Welcome to Inception. Meet Dom Cobb. Cobb is a dream extractor. Basically, he sneaks into the minds of sleeping CEOs, steals their corporate secrets, and then wakes up before they realize they've been robbed. It's exactly like a high-stakes heist movie, except everybody is just unconscious in a basement wearing cardigans. But Cobb has a tiny little HR problem. He's wanted for murder in the US, which means he can't go home to see his kids. So he takes a sketchy job from a ridiculously wealthy Japanese businessman named Saito. Now, Saito doesn't want Cobb to steal an idea. No, he wants him to plant an idea inside his biggest rival's head. The idea? Hey, maybe I should completely destroy my dying father's billion-dollar energy monopoly. Saito promises that if Cobb successfully gaslights this poor heir into ruining his own life, Saito will just make a phone call and magically clear Cobb's criminal record. Because, billionaires can just do that. Act 1. The Nap Squad. Planting an idea is called Inception, and it's notoriously impossible. So, Cobb has to assemble the Avengers of sleeping. First, we have Arthur. He's the point man. His primary job is to do all the actual research, wear immaculate suits, and complain that Inception is impossible. Next is Ariadne, a college student who Cobb hires to be the architect. Her entire job is to design the dream environments so that the target's subconscious doesn't realize they are dreaming. Which, let's be honest, is a staggering amount of pressure for an unpaid internship. Then there's Eames, a snarky identity thief who can shapeshift in dreams. And Yusuf, an underground pharmacist whose only personality trait is making incredibly strong sedatives in a sketchy basement. Oh, and because dreams can get confusing, everyone carries a totem, a small weighted object that only they know the exact feel of. If Cobb spins his little metal top and it falls over, he's awake. If it spins forever, he's dreaming. Please remember this top, because Christopher Nolan is going to emotionally weaponize it against you later. Act 2. The Rules of the Road. To pull this off, the crew needs to put the target, Robert Fisher, to sleep. Then, while inside his dream, they need to put him to sleep again. And then again. We are talking 3 layers of deep, medically concerning sleep. But here's the catch. Time moves way slower the deeper you go. 5 minutes of real time is an hour in Dream Level 1, which is like a week in Dream Level 2, which is 10 years in Dream Level 3. It's basically the DMV, but in your brain. Also, if you die in a normal dream, you usually just wake up. But because Yusuf pumped them full of industrial tranquilizers, if they die in these dreams, their brains will melt and they will be trapped in limbo, an infinite subconscious wasteland, for eternity. To wake up safely, they need a kick, a synchronized feeling of falling that jolts them awake across all 3 dreams at the exact same time. Simple, right? Act 3. The Heist. The squad boards a 10-hour flight to Los Angeles with Fisher, slips a little something in his water, and they all go night-night. Dream Level 1. They are in a rainy city. They kidnap Fisher in a white van. But oops, plot twist, Fisher's subconscious has been militarized, and heavily armed dream goons start shooting at them. Saito gets shot in the chest, which is a massive workplace safety violation. To escape, they hop in the back of the van and go back to sleep. Dream Level 2. A fancy hotel. Cobb intercepts Fisher and convinces him that he is actually Fisher's subconscious security, tricking him into going to sleep again to find out who is attacking them. Meanwhile, Arthur stays behind to guard their sleeping bodies. But because the van in Level 1 is currently driving off a bridge, gravity in Level 2 stops working. So Arthur has to fight goons while floating down a hallway like a poorly rendered astronaut. Dream Level 3. A snowy fortress. The team has to break into a heavily guarded bunker so Fisher can finally confront his dying father and get the daddy issues light bulb permanently planted in his brain. Act 4. The worst ex-wife ever. But wait! Remember how Cobb absolutely refuses to go to therapy? Well, his unprocessed trauma manifests as his dead wife, Mao. She constantly crashes his dreams just to ruin his life. Right as they are about to succeed, Dream Mal shows up out of nowhere and shoots Fisher. Fisher is dead, which means his mind drops straight into limbo. Cobb and Ariadne have to go to sleep inside the third dream to go down to limbo, find Fisher, and throw him off a tall building to wake him back up. They find him, toss him off a balcony, and initiate the synchronized kick. The van hits the water in Level 1, the elevator drops in Level 2, the bunker explodes in Level 3. Everyone wakes up on the airplane, pretending they didn't just spend 80 mental years trauma bonding. Fisher decides to break up his dad's empire, completely unaware he just got financially ruined by a guy who takes competitive naps. Outro. The top. Cobb clears his name and goes home to finally see his kids. To make absolutely sure he isn't dreaming, he spins his little metal top on the dining room table. He walks away to hug his kids. The camera slowly zooms in on the top. It wobbles. It keeps spinning. It wobbles again, and the screen cuts to black. The movie just ends. Christopher Nolan basically blueballs an entire generation of moviegoers. Is he awake? Is he dreaming? Does it matter? What does matter is that you hit the like button and subscribe, or I'll sneak into your dreams and make you forget your own Wi-Fi password. See you next time.